This is a short tutorial on how I do the smooth movement in my videos. Alright, we got Mr. Beast. I love Mr. Beast. Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, 2099. We got all of them suckers, alright? First thing you want to do, get you this flow plugin if you got it. All right, it makes editing really easy, but if you don't got the flow plugin, that's okay. We can use regular graph. I don't do tutorials. Again, I apologize. All right, this is the clip we working with. All right, we got Mr. Beast. I love Mr. Beast. Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, 2099. We got all of them suckers, alright? Alright, so plugins, Sapphire plugin. It's like literally the most basic plugin. If you don't have the Sapphire plugin, join my Discord server and I'll send you a very legal copy of Sapphire. I'm gonna send you the link to the website so you can buy it. You press Alt and scroll wheel to zoom into your timeline like these. This isn't like limited to just After Effects. You could literally do this on like any editing software that has graphs. If you got graphs and adjustment layers, you can do it. I like working with audio waves so I can, you know, get the time and everything correctly. So I click on my clip. I press the L key 2 times. Boom. Audio wave. Very, very helpful. So now I can find where I say Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Alright, we got Mr. Beast. Mr. So I say Mr. Beast. I'm trying to zoom in twice on the Mr. then Beast. You want to press the start key on your keyboard to put a marker. I put a marker before I say Mr. and then a marker before I say Beast. Is basically what I'm trying to say here. So I'm gonna go to where I say Mr. Beast. We got Mr. Beast. So I'm gonna press S on my keyboard to open the scales. This is scale, zoom forward and backward, and then I'm gonna press this key, this time watch key, you know, so we get a keyframe. Then I'm gonna press P on my keyboard for the positions, you know, move the joint left, right, and then up, down, you know what I'm saying? And then after I press the stopwatch key over here, I'm gonna press U on my keyboard. And then that shows me all the keyframes that I have set. What did I say over here? We got Mr. B. I say we got Mr. We got, and then this is the middle, Mr. Beast. So right here is where it's gonna be the zoom in. All right, so then I'm gonna go right here, and then I'm gonna press U on my keyboard, expose my keyframes, and then I'm gonna position it to where it shows Mr. Beast, you know what I'm saying? So I'm zooming in with the scale key right here, and then I'm positioning it with the freaking position stuff, both of them, you know, it's easy, it's right there. If you watch it back, it's gonna be like this. Got Mr. Beast. Yeah, it's like I'm not no scammer, right? Let me cook. Flow is just a graph editor, just made way easier. With click, drag, highlight these 2 keyframes, right? You want to position this like these, all right? So right now it's going slow, fast, and then it ends off slow. You want it something like this. You want something like this, you know, not too harsh like these, because it's not gonna look good. You want it to look smooth and like breathable. So, you know, make sure these 2 keyframes are highlighted. Press apply, and then it will apply. Now let's watch it back. We got Mr. Beast. Most people, this will be alright with them, but for me, I'm a perfectionist. I find this too fast. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spread this out a little bit more, you know, make it a little bigger. This is the middle. I want it to actually like speed up, zoom in when it hits this part. So I'm gonna try to align these 2 together. Click this button. We got Mr. Beast. I love. We got Mr. And then usually is what I do. So first let me cut it off at the first part of the keyframe. Control Shift D to snap it. I'm gonna right click a blank space over here, click new, click adjustment layer, press Control Shift D, cut, go over here. You want it to snap, shift, and then hold your timeline keyframe and it'll snap. Control Shift D and then delete. And then we got an adjustment layer. And now here's where you need Sapphire. So I'm gonna go, and then once you have the Sapphire plugin, you should have Blur Mo Curves. This one. Drag that on top of the adjustment layer. Slap that on top of the adjustment layer. Go to Z's. Click Z's. The stopwatch. Z's, what is that? Zooming in and out. Like I said before, you want to see the keyframe. Click U. And then this is the second keyframe. We want it to be nice and smooth and like spread apart, not too fast, so it's easier on the viewer's eyes. So then I'm gonna put the first keyframe like right here. I'm gonna put the second one like, let's say like right here, and then I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more, because this is where I say Mr. This is where I say Beast. It first zooms in on Mr. And then now I'm gonna select these two keyframes, make sure we have this beautiful graph selected, click apply. So then now when you play it back, hey, we got Mr. Beast. I love me. There we go. We got Mr. Beast. That consistent movement is, see, like this is the beginning of the first animation, this is the beginning of the second animation, but since it overlaps right here, we have this smooth consistent movement, so it does not have like an abrupt stop. Let me show you what most people would do. So I'm gonna hide this adjustment layer. We got Mr. We got this nice big smooth movement. What people usually do, they'll try to like match it up for this one and then zoom it in, and then, you know, make sure it's a line type joint, and then since like there's no space for these two to be exactly middle over here, they'll do this, have it like this, and then it'll be like this. We got Mr. Beast. I love me. See how that's fast, not really smooth, not me. All right, you want to get an adjustment layer and overlap it with a second one that has spread out, so we have this that smooth movement of Mr. Beast. All right, and then what I would slap on top of this to make this even more nice and smoother, I would have S_shake, you know, make sure you get your S shake, put it on top of here. On default it's gonna go like this. That we're not screaming. All right, so then we put the frequency down to like, let's say like 1. Frequency is how fast everything movement. I put this down, and now look, now it's moving. Beast. I love it. Moving a little slowly and slightly. Amplitude is how much it's moving. Let me put the speed up so you can easily visualize it. Yeah, Mr. Speed Beast. Is up. The amplitude is 1000. If I lower the amplitude, we got Mr. Beast. It's not moving as much, but since the frequency is high, it's gonna be moving faster. So I'm gonna move this down. I'm gonna have this a little bit high, like 320. Stuff like this. So then hey, we got Mr. Beast. I love me. We have that little just that little slight movement to make sure everything's like just, it just feels silky smooth, you know what I'm saying? So now for this one, I plan on zooming into each individual character, like Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man, and 2099. When I say their names, like just sliding the camera towards them. I already added the markers, and the markers is just me saying their names: Miles, Gwen, 2099, like I did in the first clip I showed you. Sometimes for situations like this, I prefer using blur mode curves. You know, you can use the regular you could use the regular keyframes here, but for what I'm wanting to do right here, I'm gonna use just blur mode curve, like the Z-Zist, zooming forward and backwards, X shift, left right, Y shift, up down. All right, so then I'm gonna zoom into Miles Morales. Now we have Miles Morales here. See, the anchor point is now pointing on Miles Morales, so I say put it right here. And here's another thing, especially so Miles Morales, I'm not gonna zoom in too far. Like, so I'm at this graph, I'm gonna click apply to these two keyframes, which is the Z-Zist, which is moving forwards backwards, and the Z space. So Miles Morales, looks like this, it zooms in, since I just abruptly cut and say Miles Morales, and I'm talking about Miles Morales, so I'm gonna show Miles Morales abruptly, so you know Miles Morales. And then I can move these two X shift and Y shift keyframes like a little bit over here, and then right here we say Gwen Stacy. So we got Miles Morales, so Gwen Stacy. Yeah, nah, I don't know why I have the Y shift, so I'm gonna just remove that. Make sure this is like in the middle ish. You can eyeball it, or you can apply the keyframes, and then you can see how you like it. So we got Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy. I feel like I'm gonna use a little bit more harsher one, because I'm taking longer to speak, and then I have these wide keyframes. So I'm gonna use a harsher one. So we got Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy. I'm gonna make these a little shorter. We got Miles. I'm gonna make it a little harsher. Morales, Gwen Stacy 2099. I'm gonna make it like a consistent one, make sure it's perfectly in between. 2099 is right here. Click these ones. Make sure that's in the middle. 2099. I could probably use a smoother one. Nah, harsher one. Because I'm not done talking about Gwen Stacy. So we got Morales, Gwen Stacy, 2099. We got all of them. And then I talk about how we got all of them suckers. And then I'm going to move back to where it's Miles Morales. Because I say we got all of them suckers. And then I'm going to do this graph again. So we got Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, 2099. We got all of them suckers. So then now with this adjustment layer up here, I'm going to add Zest and then put this in the beginning. 2099. 2099. And then from here, I'm going to have it zoom in. I'm going to have it zoom in like these. And then for this one, I'm going to have this keyframe match this one. So I want to show all of them suckers. So I'm going to zoom back out to where I can to expose all of them suckers. You know what I'm saying? So we have this, all of them suckers. So for these first two keyframes, I'm going to have this graph on it. Click it. So then it's a little smoother version of the, and then for here, like I said before, I'm gonna add the same, not like I said before, I'm gonna add the same graph to this one. So it's like this. You see 2099, we got all of them suckers, right? And right here, it's a little just sharp, not really smooth, but I'm gonna hide that with the S shake that I showed you before, like right here, because that hides it pretty well, and it's also just a alternative movement to make it a little bit more engaging, you know what I'm saying? So then I'm gonna go right here, S_shake, go right here, click shake, and then I'm gonna lower the frequency, make it move not as fast, lower the amplitude so it doesn't move crazy. So there we go. So that's it. No position. All right, so we got Mr. Beast. I love Mr. Beast. Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, 2099. We got all of them suckers, right? And now we're zooming into me. So there. That's the tutorial.